the way I wanted to start tonight is with a story that to me really captures the spirit of radical compassion. Been inspired by Jarvis Masters for many years. He's a longtime prisoner and meditator, and as the story goes, he was in the exercise yard in San Quentin when one young inmate was about to throw a stone at a pigeon. And now the unspoken rule in the yard is mind your own business. But Jarvis immediately raised his hand to stop him, raised his arm to stop him, and antagonized the young man, shouted at him, "What are you doing?" But everybody's expecting a fight. But Jarvis responded in a very spontaneous way. He said, "That bird has my wings. That bird has my wings." And the tension dissipated. And interestingly, for days after the incident, different inmates would come up to him and said, "Well, what do you mean by that, Jarvis?" But intuitively, we know what Jarvis meant. We all have the capacity to move through life, and it becomes a real adventure with that sense of that bird has my wings, where we run into others, and it's like anybody that we run into, including any animal, non-human animal, there can be this sense of the aliveness of connection and that open-heartedness, and it feels good. And we have that wired into us as young children, and it's something that we can cultivate. I thought I'd end by sharing some stories about children and the heart space that's there. One child writes, and this is in response to the question, what does love mean? And these are 4 to 8-year-olds. One little girl says, well, when my grandmother got arthritis, she couldn't bend over and paint her toenails anymore. So my grandfather does it for her all the time, even when his hands got arthritis too. That's love. Another, when someone loves you, the way they say your name is different. You know that your name is safe in their mouth. Love is when my mommy makes coffee for my daddy and she takes a sip before giving it to him to make sure it tastes okay. Love is what's in the room with you at Christmas if you stop opening presents and listen. When you tell someone something bad about yourself and you're scared they won't love you anymore, but then you get surprised because not only do they love you even more. Love is when your puppy licks your face even after you left him alone all day. I know my older sister loves me because she gives me all her old clothes and has to go out and buy new ones. You really shouldn't say I love you unless you mean it, but if you mean it, you should say it a lot. People forget. Finally, when you love somebody, your eyelashes go up and down and little stars come out of you. So radical compassion has all the flavors of love. It has the love that's appreciation, the love that's caring, the love that's forgiving. It means, though, if our life is to have meaning, that it comes into action. There's a lot of people now that are saying this is the point in history when the activists, the social activists, need to learn how to sit down on a cushion and get connected with their heart and spirit. And the people that sit on the cushion all the time, they need to know how to bring what they've discovered on the cushion and get out there and do stuff, help, which is really a key piece. So with that, I want to end with a brief reflection, if you will, closing your eyes. We talk about widening the circles. The innermost circle is the life right here, this body, this heart. So just to sense your own body, heart, mind. That bird has my wings is an expression of universal belonging, of realizing the sacredness that lives through all beings. and namaste, and thank you.